Digestion of food. बच्चों, today we'll discuss about the digestion of food. How digestion of food takes place in the human alimentary canal. At first, food is taken into buccal cavity through mouth, and in the buccal cavity, upper and lower jaw contain teeth. The teeth masticate the food. Physical digestion takes place, and after that, the saliva which is secreted by three pair of salivary glands, the sublingual, submaxillary and parotid. These glands, salivary glands, secrete saliva into the buccal cavity, and food is going mixed with the saliva. And saliva contain one enzyme, salivary amylase, or we can say ptyalin, that digests the starch which is present in the food. So here in the buccal cavity, salivary gland secreted by the salivary gland secretes saliva, and in mouth, digestion in mouth. In mouth, saliva is secreted by saliva contain ptyalin, P-T-Y-A-L-I-N, ptyalin, or it is called as salivary amylase. Ptyalin or salivary amylase. This salivary amylase or ptyalin that is present in the saliva is secreted by salivary gland, and this digest starch, and here salivary amylase, or you can say ptyalin, and it get converted into maltose. So in the mouth, the saliva contain ptyalin, and this ptyalin or salivary amylase digests starch into maltose. This saliva also contains some lysozyme which at certain level kill the bacteria present in the food at certain level. But other animals like dogs, like cattle, they have more lysozyme in the saliva. So that lysozyme kill the bacteria and protect them from infection. They form first line of defense. So ultimately in the buccal cavity, starch converted into maltose, but other food items are not going to digest here. Food physical digestion, because mastication through the teeth occurs, convert into small piece, then mixed with saliva in the form of chyme that is swallowed here, and here the epiglottis close the glottis, opening of the trachea, then food passes through esophagus, and here comes into stomach. And when it comes into stomach, here peristaltic movement occurs in the stomach to masticate the food, to churn the food, and here during churning, the gastric gland here present, gastric gland secretes gastric juice, and here the sphincter, the oesophageal, gastroesophageal sphincter is present, which check the bad flow of food. Here sphincter is present. When churning occurs, the food should not go this side, so here gastroesophageal sphincter is present, and churning occurs. And after churning, the gastric gland which is present here the gastric gland is present, and here is the layer of the stomach wall that made up muscular, and here the mucosa layer contain this gastric gland, and gastric gland secretes gastric juice. What type of juices are present in the stomach? Now, digestion in stomach. In stomach. In stomach, gastric gland. This gastric gland contains zymogen cell, that secretes pepsinogen and prorenin. This zymogen cell, gastric gland contains several cells. Zymogen cell or chief cell that secretes pepsinogen and prorenin, then argentic cell that secretes HCl. In the NTSC and NEET examination it is asked which one cell secretes HCl in stomach. The gastric gland consists zymogen cell, argentic cell. Zymogen cell secretes pepsinogen, prorenin, and argentic cell secretes HCl, and the mucus cell secretes mucus. So these are having different role. The mucus cell secretes mucus and it protects the inner lining of the stomach from the harmful effect of protein digestive enzyme. And this pepsinogen is inactive, which is secreted from zymogen cell of gastric gland, and prorenin is also inactive. But the argentic cell which secretes HCl, in the presence of HCl, this pepsinogen inactive becomes active, and prorenin also becomes active. Then digestion of protein takes place. So you see how this becomes active and how digestion takes place here. Now keep in mind the gastric gland contains zymogen cell, argentic cell and mucus cell. Zymogen cell releases pepsinogen and prorenin. Argentic cell releases HCl and mucus cell releases mucus. These are the secretion of the gastric gland. And how digestion takes place, let us see here in the stomach. In the stomach, at first churning of food occurs, and after churning, here digestion takes place. Here, this pepsinogen in the presence of HCl get converted into pepsin. Pepsinogen in the presence of HCl get converted into pepsin. Then this pepsin digests protein and this pepsin. This pepsin digests protein into proteogens and peptone. Peptone plus proteogens. Means in stomach, gastric gland secretes gastric juice which contains pepsinogen. Pepsinogen in the presence of HCl get converted into pepsin. Then pepsin digests protein into peptone and proteogens. This pepsinogen is inactive. This is inactive. And this pepsin is active. This is protein digestive enzyme. This is not secreted here in active form. This is secreted in inactive form. Why? If it will be secreted in active form pepsin, then it will create problem. What problem? Because it is protein digestive enzyme, so it will destroy the lining of the stomach. That's why it is secreted in inactive form, pepsinogen form, proenzyme form. Question will be asked in board examination, why the protein digestive enzyme are secreted in proenzyme form, inactive form, why not in active form? So it is secreted in inactive form because if it will secreted in inactive form, because if it will secreted in active form, then it will decide first the cell from where they are produced. So inactive form they are secreted, and when they will come here, means when food will come, after that gastric gland will secrete gastric juice. Food will come here, then gastrin hormone secreted from pyloric mucosa stimulate the gastric gland, then gastric gland will release gastric juice and it get mixed with food. Churning of food occurs. Then here HCl and pepsinogen get converted into fused to form pepsinogen. In presence of HCl get converted to pepsin and digest the protein into peptone and proteogens. Means simple protein, complex protein to simple protein. But suppose some amount of pepsin which is coming into contact of this, then here mucus gland is present, then mucus gland neutralize this HCl and it will not harm the inner lining of stomach. But sometimes person is not taking meal and they are having long fast, then if HCl will come, then it can destroy this and it can cause peptic ulcer also. So excess secretion of HCl can cause peptic ulcer. So the person should take at time food, person must take food on time regularly. So here in the stomach, especially the digestion of protein takes place, but in some places it has given the slight amount of lipase is also secreted to digest the fat, and the fat get converted to fatty acid and glycerol, but major amount of protein is digested into stomach. And here HCl is present. HCl is present. So in the stomach, digestion takes place in acidic medium. HCl what? Hydrochloric acid. HCl and the pepsinogen. Pepsinogen. And HCl and pepsinogen then convert into pepsin and digest protein into peptone and proteogens. After that, the food just in the form of chyme passes through the pyloric valve and reach into the duodenum. Here duodenum is receiving the juice from pancreas and liver. Liver secrete bile juice, comes into gallbladder, and through common bile duct it is coming here, and pancreatic juice through pancreatic duct, then through hepatopancreatic duct it open into duodenum. Here is sphincter of Oddi that control the opening of this. So here this pancreatic juice and bile juice coming into duodenum. This is the part of small intestine. Pancreatic juice contain alkaline salt, sodium bicarbonate. Bile juice also contain alkaline salt, sodium bicarbonate, and pigment, bile bilirubin, bile burden. Especially the bile juice is the excretory material of liver. It is not a enzyme. Bile juice not a enzyme. It is the excretory material of liver. But this liver secrete this excretory material into liver. Secrete this excretory material, it's secretory material that contain bile salt and bile pigment. It comes and is stored into gallbladder, and time to time through this common bile duct comes here, and through hepatopancreatic duct comes into duodenum. So due to presence of bile salt, it plays important role maintaining alkaline condition, because here in stomach digestion occurs in acidic medium, hydrochloric acid. But here in the duodenum and small intestine, in entire small intestine, digestion takes place in alkaline medium. So from acidic, who will maintain alkaline medium? So bile salt, sodium bicarbonate present in bile juice, and the pancreatic juice also contains sodium bicarbonate that maintain alkaline medium for digestion of food in small intestine, that is duodenum and ileum. Duodenum, jejunum and ileum. So here the pancreatic juice. One more thing, the bile juice plays important maintaining alkaline medium for digestion of food, as well as it plays important role in emulsification of fat. Without emulsification, the fat will not undergo digestion. Emulsification means the fat molecules are converted into small droplets. Then it undergo digestion in the presence of lipase enzyme. Of pancreas secrete different type of enzyme. What type of enzyme are secreted by pancreas? Let us see. And here in stomach, at first the protein in the presence of pepsin get converted to peptone and proteogens, and the milk, prorenin in the presence of HCl get converted into renin, and renin it helps in curdling of milk. Curdling of milk means milk protein in the presence of renin, curdling up, and calcium ion, and the calcium ion. Curdling of milk occurs, so the milk protein casein get converted into para-caseinate. Curdling of milk occurs here. Curdling of milk. Without curdling, milk will not undergo digestion. You have seen in a small kid, when they are drinking milk, they will vomit, then curd will come. Just they have taken milk and they will vomit, the curd will come, because in stomach prorenin secreted from the gastric gland and it curdle the milk. After curdling, protein digestion milk protein undergo digestion. Without curdling, digestion will not take place. So here curdling takes place, calcium paracalcinate means curdling of milk, then this pepsin digests this protein casein into peptone and proteogenesis. So this much digestion takes place in the stomach. After that, digestion in small intestine. Digestion in small intestine. So here in small intestine means especially duodenum and jejunum. The pancreatic juice secreted from pancreas. Pancreatic juice secreted from pancreas. It contains what? Pancreatic juice contains different types of enzymes. Pancreatic juice contains different types of enzymes, especially trypsinogen, pro-carboxypeptidase, chymotrypsinogen. So trypsinogen, pro-carboxypeptidase and trypsinogen. Besides this, the pancreatic juice contain like pancreatic amylase. It contain pancreatic amylase. Then it contain lipase and it contain nuclease. So I have told here pancreas secretes pancreatic juice through hepatopancreatic, it comes into duodenum. This pancreatic juice contains alkaline salt, sodium bicarbonate. Bile juice also contains sodium bicarbonate. It maintains alkaline medium here from acidic to alkaline. And the pancreatic juice contains trypsinogen, pro-carboxypeptidase, chymotrypsinogen, pancreatic amylase, then lipase and nuclease. And these enzymes digest food in duodenum and jejunum. Here the part of small intestine. This pancreatic juice plays important role in digestion of food. Now we see the step by step how this digestion of food occurs. So here also protein digestive enzyme secreted from this trypsinogen, it is inactive. Trypsinogen is inactive. And how it becomes active? In the presence of enterokinase. Here enterokinase is secreted and that enterokinase convert trypsinogen in the presence of enterokinase kinase, it get converted into trypsin. This trypsin in turn convert procarboxypeptidase into carboxypeptidase and chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin. Means at first trypsinogen, this is inactive. In the presence of enterokinase enzyme, get converted into trypsin. Now this becomes active. This is inactive. This becomes active. Why inactive? Because if it will secreted in the active form, then it will digest the cell from where it is secreted, because it is protein digested. So always secreted in inactive form. When it comes into duodenum, here in the presence of enterokinase, which is secreted by pyloric mucosa, then it is converted into trypsin. And now it helps in digestion of protein. So here, and once it converted into trypsin, then it will convert procarboxypeptidase into carboxypeptidase and chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin, and they will digest collectively protein, proteases and peptides into the dipeptide. So here you can see the protein, proteases which was produced after digestion in the stomach, and peptone. These are the protein in the presence of this trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase So protein, proteases and peptone in the presence of trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase get converted into dipeptides. So the protein which are made up of large number of amino acids, now the protein converted, at first it is converted into peptone and proteases, and now here in the duodenum and jejunum, in the presence of pancreatic juice contain trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase, it get converted into dipeptides. Dipeptides means each molecule are made up of 2 amino acids. Here it is made up of large number of amino acids. So it is complex, but this is simple than the previous one. So this is the chemical digestion takes place, and here it get converted into dipeptide. After that, this dipeptide in the ileum, it will get converted into amino acid in the presence of intestinal juice. Later step I will discuss. And here, after this, the amylase, the lipid means fat in the presence of lipase enzyme get converted into fatty acid plus glycerol. Lipase digest fat into fatty acid and glycerol, means one molecule of fat gives 3 molecules of fatty acid and 1 molecule of glycerol. After that, starch, the starch which are present, starch in the presence of amylase, pancreatic amylase, here salivary amylase, ptyalin, but here is pancreatic amylase. Now it digests into maltose. Now nucleic acid. Nucleic acid means DNA and RNA. These are the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, suppose we are taking fruits, vegetables. So cells are there, cereal grains we are taking, cells are there, the nucleus is there, nucleus is there, the DNA and RNA are present in the cell DNA, in the nucleus DNA, in the cell cytoplasm RNA is also present there. So these are present there, and these also undergo digestion. So nucleic acid in the presence of nuclease enzyme, in the presence of nuclease enzyme, it get converted into nucleotide. It get converted into nucleotides. A large number of nucleotides are produced. So here you can see the pancreatic juice which comes here, it is alkaline, convert acidic medium into alkaline medium. Bile juice also contain alkaline salt, it helps in maintaining alkaline medium. Bile juice contain the bile salt which also helps in emulsification of fat, then it undergo digestion into fatty acid glycerol. So bile juice is not an enzyme but helps in emulsification of fat as well as plays important role in maintaining alkaline medium of food. So digestion takes place in the small intestine. The pancreatic juice contains the trypsinogen, in the presence of enterokinase get trypsin, and then procarboxypeptidase into carboxypeptidase, chymotrypsin into chymotrypsin, and this trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase, they digest protein, proteases and peptone into dipeptide. Now the lipase enzyme digests fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Then starch, the amylase enzyme, pancreatic amylase digests starch into maltose. Now the nuclease enzyme digests nucleic acid, DNA and RNA into nucleotides. So after that, in the ileum there are the intestinal gland which secrete intestinal juice. So next step we will discuss about the ileum, digestion in ileum. The final digestion takes place in the ileum, the small part, the part of small intestine. Ileum is the part of small intestine where final digestion takes place. So in the ileum there is the intestinal gland. Intestinal gland secretes intestinal juice. Intestinal gland secretes in the ileum part. Intestinal gland secretes intestinal juice, and that juice contains several enzymes. These enzymes ultimately digest the food into simpler form. So what are present here in the intestine? The maltase, sucrase, lactase, lipase, then nucleotidase and nucleosidase. These are the enzymes: maltase, sucrase, lactase, lipase, and one more enzyme is there, dipeptidase. So these are the several enzymes which helps in digestion of food. Now let us see how they digest. Here suppose dipeptide in the presence of dipeptidase. Dipeptide in the presence of dipeptidase, convert this dipeptide into amino acid. तो आपने देखा कि dipeptides was the part of protein, peptone, proteases and protein, and dipeptide ultimately get converted to amino acids. Means the protein are made up of large number of amino acids. The ultimate product of protein, after digestion of protein, ultimately what will produce? Amino acid. Now maltase The maltose which was produced by the starch, now maltose in the presence of maltase, and it get converted into glucose, 2 molecule of glucose. This glucose produce as energy after oxidation. Then next one is the sucrose. In the presence of sucrase, name of enzyme is sucrase. It gives sucrose. In the presence of sucrase, it gives 1 molecule of glucose plus 1 molecule of fructose. Because this is disaccharide, this is also disaccharide. It gives 2 molecule of glucose. Here 2 molecule of glucose. And the sucrose gives 1 molecule glucose, 1 molecule fructose. Because the sucrose is disaccharide, maltose is also disaccharide. Now lactase. Lactose, this is lactose sugar, and in the presence of enzyme lactase. It gives 1 molecule of glucose, 1 molecule of glucose and 1 molecule of galactose. This is the final digestion, and after that lipid, fat in the presence of lipase enzyme. Now it get converted into fatty acid and glycerol. 1 molecule of fat gives 3 molecule of fatty acid and 1 molecule of glycerol. And finally the nucleotides. In the presence of nucleotidase enzyme get converted into nucleoside plus phosphate. अब nucleoside in the presence of nucleoside अब nucleoside in the presence of nucleosidase, it gives what? Bases plus pentose sugar. अब पेंटोज शुगर कैसा होगा? अगर डीएनए को पचाया है तो डीऑक्सीरिबोज शुगर, एंड आरएनए को पचाया होगा तो रिबोज शुगर. सो बेसिस कौन कौन से होंगे? बेसिस में क्या क्या होंगे? बेसिस में पच करके क्या बनेंगे? न्यूक्लियोसाइड से क्या निकलेगा? बेसिस में एडेनिन, थाइमिन, ग्वानिन एंड साइटोसिन. डीएनए इज मेड अप ऑफ एडेनिन, ग्वानिन, थाइमिन, साइटोसिन. ये बेस निकल जाएंगे. अगर आरएनए है तो यहाँ पे एक और बेस निकलेगा, यूरेसिल निकलेगा. थाइमिन की जगह यूरेसिल निकल जाएगा. तो न्यूक्लियोसाइड्स इन द प्लेस ऑफ न्यूक्लियोसाइडेज गिव्स बेसिस एंड पेंटोज शुगर. पेंटोज शुगर में अगर डीएनए है तो डीऑक्सीरिबोज शुगर निकलेगा, और आरएनए है तो रिबोज शुगर निकलेगा. बेसिस में डीएनए है तो एडेनिन, थाइमिन, ग्वानिन, साइटोसिन, एंड आरएनए था तो एडेनिन, ग्वानिन, साइटोसिन, यूरेसिल. तो इतने सारे बेस बन गए. तो अल्टीमेटली प्रोटीन डाइजेशन, आफ्टर डाइजेशन प्रोटीन गिव्स एमाइनो एसिड. प्रोटीन पचने के बाद एमाइनो एसिड दिया, स्टार्च पचने के बाद ग्लूकोज दिया, बाकी ये जो आप देख रहे हैं फ्रुक्टोज गैलेक्टोज, ये मिल्क का प्रोटीन है, लैक्टोज जो डाइजेस्ट होकर ग्लूकोज गैलेक्टोज दिया, गैलेक्टोज भी ग्लूकोज में सेल में जाके बदल जाएगा, फ्रुक्टोज भी ग्लूकोज में बदल जाएगा हेक्सो शुगर में, और फैट आफ्टर डाइजेशन गिव्स फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल. सो ऑल द डाइजेस्टेड न्यूट्रिएंट्स get absorbed in the villi of small intestine. In the small intestine there are the villi which are supplied with the blood capillaries. There amino acid, glucose, vitamin, mineral, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, pentose sugar, all this get absorbed and comes into blood. But the fatty acid and glycerol that get converted into chylomicrons and absorbed into lacteals of the villi, and from the lacteals in the lymphatic vessels then discharge into the blood vessels, and after that these digested nutrients transported into liver, from the liver into blood circulation, then into heart, different part of body. तो डाइजेशन आपने देखा कि प्रोटीन बिग मॉलिक्यूल, स्टार्च बिग मॉलिक्यूल, फैट बिग मॉलिक्यूल, न्यूक्लिक एसिड बिग मॉलिक्यूल, they get converted into simpler form. The digestion is the physical and chemical process in which the complex and large molecule get converted into simpler and smaller form. Why? Because if they will not get converted to simpler and smaller form, they will not get absorbed into blood and they do not reach into the cell. Then they will be not utilized. तो पहले वो डाइजेस्ट होकर सिंपलर फॉर्म में बदल गए, स्टार्च से ग्लूकोज में बदल गया, प्रोटीन से अमाइनो एसिड में बदल गया, फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल, फैट से फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल बदल गया, और न्यूक्लिक एसिड से एडेनिन, थायमिन, गुआनिन, साइटोसिन, यूरेसिल और डीऑक्सी रिबो शुगर ये बन गए, और ये सारा फिर एब्जॉर्ब होकर ब्लड में आ गया, और ब्लड से होकर के फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल लैक्टियस में आएगा, उसके बाद ब्लड में आएगा, फिर आकर के लीवर में आए, लीवर से फिर हार्ट में गए, हार्ट से पूरे बॉडी में, फिर सेल में जाके प्रोटीन से एमाइनो एसिड से फिर प्रोटीन बनेगा, एंजाइम बनेंगे, हार्मोन बनेंगे, ग्लूकोज प्रोवाइडर्स एनर्जी, फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल फिर फैट में बदलेगा, लिपिड में बदलेगा, प्रोटीन और लिपिड मिलकर सेल में बदलेंगे, तो इस तरह से एसिमिलेशन टेक्स प्लेस. तो आपने देखा इंजेशन, डाइजेशन, एब्जॉर्प्शन भी देखा आपने इन द एलिमेंट्री कैनाल, विलाई आर देयर एंड दे एब्जॉर्ब हेल्प्स इन एब्जॉर्प्शन. यहाँ विलाई क्या है, अब इनके एलिमेंट्री कैनाल का अगर देखें आप तो एलिमेंट्री कैनाल में ये थोड़ा सा हिस्सा यहाँ पे देख लें, इनका एलिमेंट्री कैनाल का सेक्शन लें तो यहाँ पे एलिमेंट्री कैनाल, इसमें बिल्कुल अंदर की तरफ इस तरह से तमाम ऐसी फोल्डिंग होती है, ऐसी फोल्डिंग, ऐसी फोल्डिंग. तो ये फोल्डिंग क्या है, विलाई है, विलाई. अगर एक को देखें ऐसे तो यहाँ पे ये ऐसे विलाई, लेकिन इसमें ब्लड कैपिलरी है, ये दीजिए ब्लड कैपिलरी, ये ब्लड कैपिलरी है, और ये क्या है, लैक्टियल्स है, ये क्या है, लैक्टियल्स है. तो लैक्टियल्स, तो जितना भी है डाइजेस्टेड, ये डाइजेस्टेड मेटेरियल्स इसमें है, ये टीएस है, टीएस ऑफ इंटेस्टाइन है, टीएस है, अब ये विलाई है, विलाई. अब इसमें जो डाइजेस्टेड न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं, एमाइनो एसिड, ग्लूकोज, मिनरल, विटामिन, ये सब एब्जॉर्ब होकर ब्लड में आ गया, ब्लड से होकर फिर लीवर में चला जाएगा, फैटी एसिड ग्लिसरॉल काइलोमाइक्रॉन्स के रूप में लैक्टियल्स में आ गया, लैक्टियल्स से होकर फिर ब्लड वेसल्स में आ गया, और फिर कहाँ चला आएगा, फिर ब्लड से होकर लीवर में, और लीवर से फिर ट्रांसपोर्ट टू डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ बॉडी थ्रू ब्लड सर्कुलेशन फ्रॉम हार्ट. और जो डाइजेस्टेड नहीं है, दोज हु आर अनडाइजेस्टेड फ्रॉम द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, डाइजेशन कहाँ हुआ, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, बकल कैविटी, स्टमक, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, डाइजेशन के बाद यहीं पे इनकी ब्लड कैपिलरी में यहाँ पे एब्जॉर्ब हो गए और ब्लड में आ गए, that is absorption. And undigested passes through large intestine, some amount of water, mineral absorbed in the large intestine. Some symbiotic bacteria are present, they are also E. coli, they are also synthesizing vitamin B complex, that is also get absorbed. And after absorption of water in the semi-solid form, this undigested feces get stored in rectum and removed outside the body. So this is all about the digestion in the human being, but you will see the ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, assimilation, then egestion also. So complete nutrition takes place here in the human being, and the complete digestion takes place in the digestive system of the human being. Thank you very much.